Let's talk about becoming a digital landlord. There's a story in this book right at the beginning. This guy, Steven Schwartzman, worth 33 bill, okay? He's very soft-spoken, brilliant dude. Awesome book. And homeboy, Steven Schwartzman, he was at Yale. And he's in this class, I think it was just like an English class. And the dude is brilliant, but he's failing his class. He's getting his scores back, and the teacher's like, Steven, like, what? Like, I know you're not this stupid, like, what's going on? And Steven was honest with him. He said, Professor, I didn't have anything to say about the topic, so I didn't say it. And the teacher was like, okay, respect. Called him into the office. They had a meeting. And what the professor did with Steven was freaking brilliant. And I think it speaks a lot to this person's maturity. Instead of being like, hey, you suck, you don't know how to write, you don't know about school, all this different stuff, he said, you know what? Here's the deal. I need to teach you how to write, and I need to teach you how to think, but I'm not going to do it at the same time because it's going to confuse everything. And so what he did for the next couple tests is he gave Steven the answers to the essays. He's like, hey, I don't need you to come up with the answers. I'm going to literally give you the answers, and I want you just to focus on your writing. And so what was cool about that is what he said after. And this is what I want to start with. And this is exactly from the book. He's talking about the professor. He said, he, AKA the professor, saw that I had potential and systematically set about equipping me with what I needed. He said, I'll never forget his patience and kindness. And this is the punchline. Teaching, I came to believe, is about more than sharing knowledge. You have to remove the obstacles in people's way. The hell does that have to do with becoming a digital landlord? It has everything to do with it. Here's the deal. Those of you that don't know, I've spent the last 10 years doing sales to some capacity. I've done door-to-door sales. I did software sales, SEO, websites, lead gen, you name it. I'm talking about like real sales, not the kind that you sit behind the counter at GNC or Payless and they're like, hey, I want these shoes. Can you ring them up? That's not sales. Okay. I apologize if you guys thought you were in sales. That's not sales. I was literally going and knocking on cold doors. It was like the most intimidating thing in the world. The reason I'm telling you this is I've recruited, hired, trained, managed countless salespeople. And here's what I learned by doing that. I learned that I can teach anybody how to sell. As long as they're willing to work, as long as they're willing to put in the effort, I do not care what little weird quirks they have. I don't care how awkward they are. I don't care what their background is. I don't care what their accent is. I can teach them to sell and they will get sales. And I've seen some of the weirdest people on the planet crush it in sales. Just look at my flat fee mastery program. We have people in there, 95% of the people in there have never done sales. We got people that like haven't even thought about doing sales, people that are terrified of the phone, yet everybody's closing deals. So why am I telling you that? Well, I'm telling you that because my number one goal is that everyone that comes into my program, I teach them how to get a sale, and then they can get another one and another one and another one. But for those of you that don't know this, my next goal and my bigger goal is this. How many millionaires can I create in my program? That's my second goal. And so this whole concept, the reason I'm talking about this today, this mindset thing, it's hinged on my second goal. And by the way, just so you know, me wanting to create 100, 200, 500 millionaires is a very selfish goal. I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, I'm such a good person, I just want to share the wealth. It's like, yeah, I want people to be successful, but make no mistake, if I can create 100 millionaires, imagine what my marketing is going to be like. Imagine the amount of people I'm going to bring into my program. Imagine how much money I'm going to make from that. Because you know, if you join, you have a high likelihood of becoming a millionaire. It's a very, very selfish goal. Just imagine it, right? It's insane. And so here's the deal, is as I've been thinking about it, and I've gone like mentally from, okay, I can take anyone and get them to a deal. As long as they'll do the work, I'll get them to a deal. And now I'm looking at it like from a bigger standpoint is, how do I turn them into millionaires? And so back to what Steven said, teaching people to do what I've done is more than just teaching the tactical information. It's more than just saying, here's this, here's the script, here's that, here's how you hire, blah, 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 blah. You have to remove the obstacles in people's way. And I believe number one obstacle that's going to stand in between you guys and those of you that join my program and getting you to 7 figures is what happens in here.